got suspended from school for a month and couldn't stop laughing. I remember the day Francine came into class with her head shaved, and the entire room went silent. She tried to smile like nothing was different, but her hands shook as she unpacked her books. Unfortunately, two guys decided to make it their mission to bully her. Mitch and Sam made bald jokes until she was forced to wear a wig to school, but they didn't let that stop them. How much did that cost? $20 at Party City? Mrs. Byers would clear her throat and continue teaching, but never once telling them to stop. I kept thinking she'd eventually intervene, but she probably didn't even get paid enough to listen. However, one morning they came in acting completely different. "Hey, sorry about all the jokes," Mitch said before class while Sam nodded along. "We were just messing around. No hard feelings?" Francine looked suspicious but managed a small smile, probably just relieved they were leaving her alone. I should have known something was wrong when I noticed Sam standing oddly close behind her chair, his hands doing something near his backpack. When Francine stood up to go to the bathroom, I noticed something thin and clear catching the light. A fishing line, nearly invisible, running from Sam's hand to the back of Francine's wig. I realized what was about to happen, and I felt my entire body freeze up. My eyes went wide, but before I could warn her, she was already walking toward the front of the class. He put a fishing hook on the back of her wig, and Sam yanked hard. The wig flew off her head, and everyone watched it fly across the classroom. Francine's hand shot to her bare scalp, her face crumbling as the entire class erupted. Mitch and Sam were dying laughing, high-fiving each other while Francine stood frozen, tears streaming down her face. She ran out of the room, and Mrs. Byers just stood there, mouth open, still doing nothing. I told my entire football team what happened. I described Francine's tears, the flying wig, Mitch and Sam's laughter, and without a word, our captain stood up. Where do those two usually hang out after school? 22 varsity players found Mitch and Sam behind the gym, probably planning their next cruel prank. Our captain grabbed Mitch first, pinning him against the brick wall. "You think it's funny making fun of sick kids?" Mitch tried to laugh it off until his fist connected with Mitch's stomach. Sam tried to run, but got tackled by 3 linebackers. What followed wasn't pretty. Sam was crying within minutes, begging us to stop. Mitch tried to fight back at first, but quickly curled into a ball, screaming for help. We probably would have kept going if 3 teachers hadn't heard the commotion and pulled us apart. All of us. The entire varsity football team got marched straight to the office. We sat in her waiting room, some of us with bloody knuckles, knowing we were about to lose everything. Our season, our scholarships, maybe even our diplomas. Mitch and Sam sat in the corner, Sam's eye already swelling shut, Mitch holding his ribs. I spoke first when our principal called us in. "We know we're getting expelled. We accept it. But those two were torturing a girl with cancer, and nobody would stop them." But then her expression changed completely when I said the word cancer. She looked at Mitch and Sam, then at us, then stood up slowly. "You boys thought you were defending Francine because she has cancer?" We all nodded. Then she did something none of us expected. She reached up and pulled off what we'd all assumed was her natural graying hair. She pulled off her own wig, and the room went absolutely silent. She looked directly at Mitch and Sam, then back at us. "I can't allow violence in my school, so you guys are suspended for a week." But that wasn't it. She looked back over at Sam and Mitch and gave them a choice. "But you guys can either be suspended for a month or shave your heads in front of the entire school." Everyone made fun of them for being bald after that, even Francine.